world. Welcome aboard.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating for children's brighter future.
Welcome to Safe Screen Guardians. Together, we're equipping adults to guide, protect, and empower the next generation in today's digital world. Welcome aboard.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating for children's brighter future.
Good morning, Warri.
This is Trend the Trainer Summit, Anambra.
Good morning, Abakaliki. Good morning, Enugu.
Good morning, Akwa Ibom. Good morning, Uyo.
Calabar, man, it's good to be here.
Port Harcourt, those of you that are here, River State, we honor you. Thank you for coming.
Good morning, Kwara. Good morning, Ilorin.
Good morning, Abia. Right? Good afternoon, Igbo. Good afternoon, Owerri. Good afternoon, Edo State. Good afternoon, Benin City.
Today we are in Bayelsa.
Good morning, Ogun State. Good morning, Abeokuta.
Shine like Oshogo.
You better now make some noise.
Good morning, Benin State. Good morning, Ado-Ekiti. Good afternoon, Ondo State. Good afternoon, Akure.
Concludes all the states in the West for season 2. 17 states, 18 locations done and
Shine the light all through. Wow.
Shine the light, Nigeria.
Shine the light. Shine the light, Abia State. Shine the light, Imo State. Shine the light.
Shine the light.
Shine the light. Shine the light.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating for children's brighter future.
You will discover that our children are growing in a world that is far more complex than the one we knew. Get rich quick pressure, identity confusion, digital overload, ritual tendencies, broken values, and even drug abuse. Too many children are growing up without the right tools to survive the 21st century. We can't fix the future by shouting children of nowadays. The painful truth is, adults missed it along the way. Parents, guardians, systems, communities. But this is not a time to blame. It's a time to fix it together. You fix the future by training the people who train the children. I'm talking about parents, guardians, caregiver, teachers, community leaders, and even mentors. And that is why Train the Trainer Summit and intervention whose time is now. We are raising children.
Good morning, Warri.
This is Trend the Trainer Summit, Anambra.
Secure the next generation. Join the movement. Support the cause. Train the Trainer Summit is an amazing initiative, and of course, it has come to stay. But this is not a job of one person or an organization alone. It's a job for all of us. We are calling for support from everyone, government, individuals, everyone. Let us come together and build a better future. For support and donations, you can visit our website at www.tdicfoundation.org. Support us today and let's build a future together. Every child is your child.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating for children's brighter future.
If you look around the world today, you will discover that our children are growing in a world that is far more complex than the one we knew. Get rich quick pressure, identity confusion, digital overload, ritual tendencies, broken values, and even drug abuse. Too many children are growing up without the right tools to survive the 21st century. We can't fix the future by shouting children of nowadays. The painful truth is, adults missed it along the way. Parents, guardians, systems, communities. But this is not a time to blame. It's a time to fix it together. You fix the future by training the people who train the children. I'm talking about parents, guardians, caregiver, teachers, community leaders, and even mentors. And that is why Train the Trainer Summit exists. An intervention whose time is now. We are raising children with values, emotional intelligence, purpose, and of course, resilience. This is real nation building. This is how we secure the next generation. Join the movement. Support the cause. Train the Trainer Summit is an amazing initiative, and of course, it has come to stay. But this is not a job of one person or an organization alone. It's a job for all of us. We are calling for support from everyone, government, individuals, everyone. Let us come together and build a better future. For support and donations, you can visit our website www.tdicfoundation.org. Support us today and let's build a future together. Every child is your child.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating for children's brighter future.
Are we ready? Good evening, guardians. If you're here, please bring in your friend, your neighbor, your sister, your husband, your principal, your colleague teacher, your pastor, the wife, teen church teachers, everyone. Happy Sunday, guardians. Call your people, call your sisters, call your brothers, call your husbands in, call everyone. Today we'll be judging ourselves. Our topic today will be called sharenting. Sharenting. We'll be judging ourselves today. Call in everyone you know, everyone you love. We're going to make the world a better place. Some of the things we do, we think, in our innocence of mind, we didn't know that today, in today's world, it's no longer what it is.
calling everyone that need to come in. This is 5:11. By 5:13, we should introduce and we take off. Every minute counts. Call in your loved ones. Call in everyone you need to call in. It's interesting. Today, Seth, I'm going to judge myself as well. Our attitude online need to change. Our attitude online need to change for you, for me, and for the sake of our children. Do we have votes? Blessing, I see you. Beatrice, Pene. Well done, ma'am, for always being consistent. Blessing, yeah, thank you for always being here. Ifoma Oj, awesome. Welcome. Tolu, I see you. Welcome, welcome. If you can hear me, just give me a little thumb up. Say I'm here, I can hear you. Let's be sure our sound is okay so we can take off. Good evening and welcome. Nice seeing you. Your consistency is a blessing to the world. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. I think they love coming in from YouTube. Awesome. Yeah. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Maybe we'll waste time in, if not that this is charity and we're trying to give back. Maybe when we finish, we'll just not share it again, so that those that did not attend will not benefit. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll keep impacting, we'll keep giving back, we'll keep sharing. The more the merrier, the knowledge. Yeah, because if we say we have gained so much knowledge and we don't use it to impact other families, other children, those with little or no knowledge will come and corrupt the ones we feel we have trained. So that is the danger of not being digitally aware. Imagine you do all the control on your device, your children's device and all that, and here your child goes to school, goes to their friends, and they are carrying all sorts of things on their own device, and they are sharing with your child. Do you understand? So that is why this is an emergency and everyone should gain in the knowledge. Yeah? When you gain knowledge, please try and check on your next neighbor, your sister, your school principal, the teachers, even your teen churches, the pastors. Let's make the message go viral. Let's make it go round. Let's make it go viral. Okay, so it's 5:14. We'll be starting right now. Thank you and welcome to Safe Screen Garden. I hope you all get your emails. We usually have what we call Guardian Brief every 7 p.m. on Saturday, introducing the next topic on Sunday. That's the next Sunday, the next day, which is Sunday, and then giving you a little what we call some innuendo into the next topic for every Sunday. So if you attended Trendy Trainer Summit, I'm sure you'll be getting those emails. They are automated. Welcome. As on behalf of the board of directors of Duke's Infant and Child Foundation and our faculty head, Tom, you're highly welcome for today's session. We'll go straight to the topic for today, which is sharenting. Let me begin with a question. How many of us have posted a beautiful picture online of our child? Is it birthday? It could be birthday, it could be graduation, it could be even as much as even posting their beautiful results. How many of us? I, for one, I am guilty. I have done so. How many of us? A lot of us, right? Okay, so, and we said it's just a picture. What are they talking about again today, right? Okay, so, because tonight I want us to look beyond the photograph. It's not just that photograph. Our slides today will be looking at what we are calling sharenting, and our slides will ask us to think about something very uncomfortable. A photograph can be innocent, yeah, but the information around it may not be. Get digital. A school uniform can reveal a school. Listen, in today's world and insecurity around it, a badge can reveal the child's identity. A birthday post can reveal their age. You'll be wondering, and so what? Is it not their age? When we celebrate birthday again, what is this about it again? A location can reveal where they live. Do you understand? A seemingly handless caption can reveal their routine. Yeah? And when several innocent details of a child are put together, they can create a surprisingly complete profile of your child. And this is no longer just about strangers downloading pictures. It's we, the parents, sharing our children's profile online. So, and last month, listen very carefully. The Internet Watch Foundation and the UK National Crime Agency warned parents that publicly available images of children are increasingly being exploited with AI. The IWF, that's the Internet Watch Foundation, identified 3,443 AI-generated child sexual abuse videos in 2025, compared with just 13 in 2024. And do you know what 2026 is talking about? Huge numbers. And we are still in August. So now, please don't hear this as we are not saying never post your child again. That is not the conversation, okay? So the conversation is, do we know what we are actually giving away when we post? What information is surrounding your post? Because our children are not content. I'm sorry, I'm a child advocate. The children may not speak for themselves. But what we are doing today can come and haunt them tomorrow. You don't know that your child could be the president tomorrow, could be the chairman of IMF tomorrow, could be, you know, and that is our desire, for them to be far higher and above. Even if they are not, you know, in that class, whoever they may be, they deserve that, they have the right for privacy. So, because our children are not content, they are people with a right to privacy, safety, and eventually a voice in deciding what parts of their lives remain online. Don't decide for them. Stop it. I was just sharing with my team right now that a whole lot of the pictures I have posted on my children are going down tonight. Yes. So, tonight, don't just listen. Look at your own social media. Do an audit, just like I'm going to do right now. Look at the pictures you have already posted and ask yourself, what does someone who doesn't know my child now know about my child? All right? Because I know that why we call this session sharenting, when parents put their children at risk online, that is what sharenting is about. And to take us deeper into this conversation, I'm delighted in a minute to hand over to the presenter, head of faculty, Tom. Please stay with us, participate, call in someone you think should come and hear this. Ask the uncomfortable questions. Ask the uncomfortable questions, will answer you. And most importantly, leave ready to change something today. The world, this is 21st century. It's not the world we are living in. This is the world they are into. There is nothing like the future. The future is now. So welcome and be ready to unlearn. Welcome to Safe Screen Guardians. Tom, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the short speech, and I'm sure everyone here actually we're all ready for today's session. So today we're going to be looking at sharenting, and we've talked about the first 2 weeks. We looked at lock it down, and last week we looked at looking beyond the phone. No, I think the third week we looked at social media, privacy, and settings, and we now looking beyond the phone. So I want to ask us, so how many of us have actually done some of the things we've discussed here in the past week? Please, feedback. How many of us here, you've done your family lock, you have done your privacy checking and all of that, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So just see, if you've done little, you can just point it out. You've done more. Okay, I've seen just just Zay. Well done, well done. And who else? Who else again? Let it not be as if we are just talking to the wind. Okay, someone has affirmed. Someone has affirmed. See, you're not just coming here to just listen. You're supposed to practice the same way I've shown you with my phone. I've given you the tips. It's an education. I've posted some things online even today, and someone talked about Gen Z, and we came to understand that it's all about education. Education. I have helped someone said, thank you, Ella Esther. So Ella Esther said, I have helped someone set a children device using Google Family Link. Thank you. Thank you. See, this is what we are talking about. Blessing, yes. Well done. Well done. And if you have any, see, one of the favorite part for me here is when you come here and ask questions and we're able to give you a response. I mean, a live response, a live one. So you don't have to wait till the next day. You don't have to meet someone. You don't have to ask AI, okay, because we have the experience. Thank you. Okay, so today we're gonna be going into something we need to discuss. Let me bring up a slide. Renting. You see, in the course of this whole idea and concept, all thanks to Mrs. Augusta, I came about this word, share renting. Share renting. Pay rent. As a teacher, when we teach word usage, family words, we know how to combine words together. Okay, so when you have tooth and you have paste together, we have toothpaste. So here we haven't share, we haven't renting, you can still have pay, rent, and all of that. So let's get on. Now you see, sometimes we actually spend so much energy monitoring children that we forget that even we adults are also creating children's digital footprint. So most of the things we've discussed so far in the past week, it's more of how we're monitoring children, but we've forgotten even ourselves being the culprit of this whole stuff. A 3-year-old may have no Facebook account. They may have no Instagram or no TikTok account yet. There may already be hundreds of photographs of that child online. Have you noticed that when people give birth these days now, you don't announce their children or their child online. You don't do that. There are some unwritten rules online that we don't have to write it A to Z before some of us get to know. It's beautifully that someone would, put to bed, or someone just passed on, a family member just passed on, and you're the first person to announce it. It's wrong that someone just put to bed and you're the first person to announce it on your own social media account. Whereas even the biological parents haven't done that, and you're the first to. Let alone your own children. You see, I am not saying that sharing your child's birthday picture automatically makes you responsible. No, that's actually not the conversation. The issue here is whether we are thinking before we publish. Now, Many of us, we grew up with childhood photographs inside albums in our parents' house. Like for me, we still have the hard copies of these pictures. Someone had to physically enter another house, sit down, and open the album before seeing those pictures. But you see today's album, it can potentially be copied, it can be forwarded, it can be downloaded, it can resurface years later. See, that changes the responsibility. So throughout today's session, I'm not going to make us feel guilty, but I want us to think differently. We're going to create a simple question. What am I releasing along with this picture? Because sometimes you think you are posting your child's smile, but you may also be posting the school, maybe posting the location, maybe posting the routine, maybe posting family circumstances, or something the child may eventually wish had remained private. And today is about becoming intentional. So let's move on. You see, one distinction I want you and I want us to understand is that documenting your child's life and publishing your child's life are not the same thing. I'm going to say that again. Documenting your child's life and publishing your child's life are not the same thing. You can take 500 photographs of your child. Nothing is wrong with that. You can preserve their birthday, their first days at school, their graduation, their holidays, their funny moments, and family memories. You see, the change happens when that memory moves from your private device into a space containing other people. Let me give you an example. Now, I also used to be one of, I usually post my family most of the time. Back then, I used to post wife, my baby girl, and all of that. But ever since I know that I'm hitting towards 100,000 followers. When you're counting, imagine 100,000 people. Imagine 100,000. I'm not saying 100,000 naira. I'll give it to me, but I'm saying 100,000 people. Imagine the head. Imagine each of the 100,000 people knowing another 1,000 people. I'm not good at mathematics, but I think that should be up to 1 million plus, right? Or 10 million. That means if one of the 100,000 now have 1,000, calculate all together. That should be up to 10 mil, right? So imagine that means almost 1 million plus people get to see everything about my child or children, maybe in a week or in a month. You see, that is what we call a public space. Public. Now, and the moment you publish, another question enters this conversation. And what enters is who can now access this information? That is why I want you to stop evaluating posts only according to whether the photograph looks innocent. Suppose I post, my princess is now 8 today. We are so proud of our queen. I mentioned her name. Immediately, we may have a first name and an exact birthday. That's number one. Later, I post her first day at school in uniform. 3 months later, I upload a video of her at a Saturday dance practice and mention the studio. None of these posts necessarily look dangerous by itself, but online information works differently. People can connect the dots, the information. So here's a habit I want you to practice. So before posting, please write. Imagine that somebody who has never met your family sees this post. So ask yourself, what would this person know after seeing it that they did not know before? See, this question I just asked is far more useful than is this picture nice? Is it fine? You see, digital safety is often less about what is visible at first glance, and it's more about the information underneath the image. Okay. Now, for those of us that have posted any of our children before, I want you to do something very practical. Go to, if it's on Facebook, go to Facebook, look at that picture, look at the comment there. What are the 3 things a stranger could learn from it? I want you to start thinking like a stranger. There is one content creator, of course, that's where they eat. You know, he's dwarf. The number of bullies, not just to him and the wife, but the child, is alarming. Some weeks ago, she came emotionally online. People bullied the innocent child. So that's the question, a practical exercise I want you to do. Go to that your child's picture online. What are the 3 things you can identify or a stranger can learn about it? So now look at this. This is where I would actually bring out my phone and show people how to inspect a photograph. You can see, right? Now, take a typical first day of school photograph. Your child is standing beautifully in uniform, smiling, perhaps, you know, a little board saying, first day in primary 2, especially when the child just started school in a preschool, first day going to school. You see, most of us as parents, we see the child, but I want you to train yourself to see the information. Now, zoom into the badge. Look at the name written on the exercise book. Look at the school bus behind the child. Look at the building. Look at the gate. Look at the street sign. Look at what you wrote in the caption. Sometimes that photograph does not tell the story alone. The caption complete is, you know, it is all stuff. Imagine, back to school. My baby starts preschool today at Tom Phonics Academy. She was so excited when daddy dropped her off at 7:15. That's the caption. Now, what you've done now, you have now potentially provided school, class level, the age, routine, and arrival time. Can you see, to you it's innocent, right? And if you know what most of these people that even kidnappers do, they don't just wake up and, you know, target that person. They look for details, and it could take a week, it could take a month, sometimes take months to connect all these dots. Back to school. My baby just started school, 2 years at Tom Phonics Academy. That's number 1. That means the child goes to school to Tom Phonics Academy. Number 2, oh, daddy dropped her at 7:15 a.m. Clue number 2. So 7:15 a.m. Okay, no problem. We've gotten information of that child. Remember, you've already added the name in the previous post. I am not saying something terrible will automatically happen. No. Safety does not work by saying, oh, this post will definitely cause harm. No. Safety has weather information that did not need to be public has been made public. So before uploading a child-related image, please zoom into all the 4 corners. Do not only inspect your child's face. Oh, she's beautiful. Of course, you are the parent. You know your child is beautiful. Your child looks handsome. You don't need someone to validate that. Do you? At the parlance, especially in Nigeria, they'll say, monkey no fine, your mama like him. Of course, you already know your child is beautiful. So you don't need a stranger to validate that beauty. Are you with me? Very good. See. So before you post, zoom in. Okay? Check what is written behind them. Check mirrors. Check mirror. Check documents on tab on tables. Check the computer screen. Check the house exterior. Check uniforms. The photographs look at the subject. The safety conscious parent also look at the background. Because sometimes you may not even put the address of your house. Remember, that drops her by 7:15. and there's another picture of you, of your child in front of your gate. That means already now we now have that your house has a black gate. So we are now waiting for the name of the street, of which someday, somehow, you will drop it mistakenly and innocently. So connecting the dots one after the other. Am I making sense? Are you following me? Please. Like I usually, for those of us that have been here, you know I would love to read your comments. I would love feedback. Good. So they connect the dots. Now, let's look at the concept I'm going to call the information accumulation. Information accumulation. Follow me. You see, most of us we imagine that somebody would need one magical photograph containing everything about the child. That's not what digital footprint, that's not how it normally looks. When I teach adults or when I train adults on what digital footprint, I usually use the number one search engine, which is Google. My name is Samuel. Of course, I am not scared being online. I have more than 1,000 digital footprints. Yes, I've been able to access mine. How? Go to Google. It's practical now. Go to Google. Type Tom Phonics or type my name. The first page. Look at everything about me. Different websites, different blogs, different articles. That is what digital footprint is. Footprint. Digital. That means you have been in so many discussions, so many sites. And information can accumulate slowly. One post tells me the birthday, another tells me the surname, another tells me where the child attends school, another tells me that football happens every Tuesday evening, or she goes to the dance club every Saturday. Another tells me that daddy traveled abroad this weekend. Another shows the front of your house. You see, and all. Accumulation. The mistake we make is evaluating each of these posts independently. I didn't put our address, so that's correct. But did you put the estate name 6 months ago? Did you put your state? I didn't mention the name of the school. That's very correct. But what about the school logo? Is it visible in the several photographs you've uploaded? But I didn't tell anyone where she attends her dance classes. Maybe not directly, but you have posted Saturday morning routine from that same studio more than 15 times. You see, this is why your digital footprint needs to be viewed like a puzzle. You can see the screen, right? You can see the slide. One piece. Let me put it this way. Okay, you need to see my face. You see, one piece means very little. 10 pieces can begin producing a picture. So, one practical rule I would give you is this: do not ask only, what does this post reveal? I need you to ask this: what does this post reveal when combined with everything I have already shared? See, you may actually sit with your spouse tonight. That's for those that are married. Good. Open your social media, your social profile, and pretend you know nothing about your own family. Start scrolling. Except you are doing family lifestyle content, but protect your child. Protect your child. Now, I want to give you this framework. You can use without being, getting paranoid. You do not need to analyze every picture for 30 minutes. I want you to develop 5 quick filters. Number one, the first filter is identity. Can somebody connect this image to a particular child? There's a video, it's not actually on this laptop, I would have played it. When we started the Train the Trainer Summit, my first location was in Uyo Akwa Ibom. I can still remember February this year. And I played the video. The video was, some of you might have seen the video. The video was a father and a mother. They went on a normal, the normal weekend stuff, going to a cinema to watch a movie. But instead of the movie, they watched a girl's life, narrating her life. At first, they didn't understand. It was later at the end of the video, the girl now mentioned her name, who happens to be their daughter. This is Amara. This is Amara, your child, 10 years later. That means what happened was these people took the photograph of all the all the images the parents have posted online, put them together, now use AI to now predict, predict the facial experience, the facial features 10 years of Amara. So Amara now is 10 years. So 10 years ahead. And every detail about Amara, the AI could predict who Amara would be, what she would become. Imagine someone predicting your child's life with the images you posted. Imagine that. Identity, number one, filter. Second is location. Does this post help someone determine where my child currently is or frequently goes? When we talked about looking beyond the phone, when we talked about locking down the parent, and all of that, we looked at Snapchat having its own internal map. We learned how to lock, close, off the location. You see, that one is okay. We have closed the location. But what about you? Are you tatafo, sharing location with your own hand while the main one is off? Are you following me? Because some of us may be the architect of what we do, but we don't know. Then third is routine. Please, what I like what I do in my life, this thing anywhere I say, when I'm teaching, I would love someone to just write, not just watch, just type. Number one, we've talked about identity, right? Someone would have actually typed and dropped in the comment section. Number two, we've talked about location. Number three is routine. And routine is important because location and routine are different. Knowing that my child once visited the football stadium is different from knowing that every Wednesday at 4 p.m., my child attends training at a particular field. Can you see? Location. That one is, but routine. 4 p.m. every Wednesday. Then the fourth is dignity. Identity. What's the other one? Identity. Location. Routine. And fourth, we say is what? Dignity. Okay, we often think only about immediate danger when talking about digital safety. But see, this is another kind of harm, creating a public history of moments our child or our children would have preferred to remain private. Sometimes when they grow, they will look at themselves and say, is this me? My parent really did this to me? So, imagine something that feels funny when your child was 4, becoming searchable when that child is 14. Now, there's what we call meme. M-E-M-E. Except you want to be catching cruise. But now, if you post something and it's funny, people just screenshot it and it becomes meme. The first time I heard that word, I used to think it was meme. It becomes meme. Dignity. Then the next one, think about permanence. The fifth, permanence. You can delete something from your account. That does not necessarily mean every copy has disappeared. The other phrase, almost everybody on the internet knows. And he says, the internet never forgets. Please someone write it down in the comment section. The internet never forgets. You delete it on your wall, someone has screenshotted it. You delete it on your own profile, an article, it has entered the search engine. So literally, I can just go on Google and search for it. Not just Google. There are dark websites. There are black sites that even many parents don't know. Yes, there are black sites. YouTube actually, if you post children, images and videos, YouTube will first of all do not just allow you. You're gonna sign something called 060PA. It's about children's safety. It's a must, and you need to, before even posting, you need to let them know that this is children's content. A child has been featured in this video. But if they notice without you actually signing that, then of course your account may be flagged. Okay. So imagine someone now posting a child's nude below 18. Of course, with the stature, most social media platform would flag it. But there are black sites that it's uncensored. When I said learning hacking and the rest of that, I mean ethical hacking and the rest of that. The things about children on black site, what they discussed about children. Yes, there are communities of pedophiles. They don't hide it there, and if you're not a pedophile, you won't be allowed in the community. And if you come there, if you go there claiming you are a saint, they will throw you out. There are community of hackers. There are community of people that are planning on what to do to the next child. Yes, they don't know each other, but there are communities like that on black sites. Permanent. Once something leaves your control, complete retrieval may be impossible. So the practical habit here is simple. Before posting, run through who is identified. Where are they? What routine is shown? Could this damage dignity? Would I still be comfortable if this traveled further? You see, that takes less than 20 seconds once it becomes a habit. Now, look at this. Post the memory, not the location. Now, one of the easiest safety improvements you can make today requires no app, requires no subscription, and no technical skill. Stop announcing your family's movement in real time when there is no reason to. Yes, I just gave you one hack. One of my cousin was like, called me one time, was like, you went here, the next week you are here. So that means you are there. And I said, no, I am not there. He said, but you just posted that you are in this place now. I told him, you think I'm posting in real time? No, nah. He said, oh, he didn't know. I said, yes, that's how. You don't post in real time. Stop announcing your family. Oh, we are on our way. We are on our way to Ubana Beach. We are on our way to Elegushi Beach, in real time. Suppose you take your children to a beautiful restaurant. You can take the photograph. Take 50, 100, no problem. Enjoy yourself. You see, there's no rule saying the picture must reach Instagram before dessert arrives. No, you can post later. The difference is important. We are currently at XYZ resort and the kids are swimming. That is life information. So the person that has been connecting the dot has gotten somewhere. That means this child now is in that place now swimming. Let me quickly go there. One or two. Start thinking. Do you understand? Oh, we had such a beautiful afternoon together. That is memory we had. You are posting it 5 days later. Same photograph, different information value. You see, this matters particularly when your account contains many people like my own. I have 130,000. So imagine the person that has 500,000, 1 million followers. Okay. So one behavior I recommend is location delay. Everybody write it down. Location delay. Go somewhere, enjoy it, leave, then post. You can even remove the precise location or tag. Okay? And this is bigger than security. They will not come to teach you this. For those learning cybersecurity, this is one thing they teach them. It changes your relationship with the experience. See, you stop performing the moment while living the moment. I'm going to tell you again, you stop performing the moment while living in that moment. Your child sees you participating instead of constantly broadcasting. Your child is in the restaurant, both of you just ate, pizza. You just snap, boom, you're on Instagram. Sammy is enjoying his pizza live at this place. I need you to try this with your family for 1 week. No real-time family location posting. At the end of an acting act, do we still need to share this? You'll be surprised how many things you originally felt desperate to upload suddenly do not need to be posted at all. Try. Like, I will tell somebody, okay, tell her, try it. You will not die. Just try. Just try. You will not die. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Been seeing beautiful comments. Yes, the internet never forgets. Okay, so here's another skill I want you. You see, today is not about, I'm not bringing up my phone. I'm giving you a skill. A skill. Only coming from the TDIC Foundation. Imagine we are meeting every Sunday 5 p.m. and by now we have not gotten about 1,000. We haven't had 1,000 people coming to watch this. Thank God for TDIC, because me, I will not come and do this. So I will not. 1 hour, you know how much you will pay me to teach you? Because I keep on telling teachers that technology is not our problem, and their parents, their parental coaches. Yes, let me call coaches. Technology is not our problem. I know their whole debate. And don't give a child screen until 10 years. Don't let your child do 15 years. Don't let do 15 years, and blah 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 and all of that. I'm not a school of thought. The problem is education, not the technology itself. And what makes you think that we believe everything you say? Because those people coming online to say, no, my child or my children don't do this and all of that, practically may be lying. Just like what we've seen in time past. So that's why we need to teach you for yourself. And please share this. Share this video. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's about because see, the truth is, to you, your child is safe. But do you know how many persons your child meets in school? Is your child safe if your neighbor's children, or your neighbor, or the person that will be talking to your child, is the person safe? Someone asked me, why do you give out at the consultant? You have a school, but why are you teaching other schools that are close to you? Why are you teaching that? And all of that. And my boss then now said something. He said, see, there's a proverb that says that if you are the only farmer and you're in the location, and your farm is the only one producing good food, it's a time bomb. Because by the time the rodent finish eating all the nice things around your neighbor's from your neighbor's farm, please tell me, which farm will they enter next? When they do not see good things to to eat anymore. It's your farm. Give. Give. You've gotten this knowledge, share. Because you don't know who your child or your children are meeting. They go to church, they go to mosque, they go to school, you're not there. They go to the park. You could just, be on the phone. We've watched several movies where the parent will just, or the mom will just be on the phone, just 3 minutes off the child's, monitoring the child. And before you know it, within a couple of minutes, the child is kidnapped. 1, 2, 3, go, and they are gone. So it's not about technology. It's the users knowing how to use technology. Okay, I said audit the background before you upload. So this is called background scanning. Do I look good? Yes, that's what you think. Is my child smiling? Junior, you're not smiling. Come on. I know I just flogged you, but smile so that our internet aunties and dad will now say, "Oh, you look handsome. Smile. Look at your teeth. The teeth are out." They're gonna laugh at you. Don't mind me. Okay, so is the picture clear? Of course, we want to snap a 4K picture. You look at it and you now edit it to make it look. Digital safety requires one extra question. What else is visible aside the smile, the teeth, and all of that? Let me give you an example. See, your child is doing homework at the dining table. Beautiful picture. But behind the child, there may be a school timetable stuck to the fridge. Very easy. Or zoom in. There are apps, there are software that will make it look, no matter how blurry it is, will make it look very. We'll see all the details. So, beside them, there may be an exercise book carrying the full name of the school the child attends. So, on your work desk behind them could be a laptop displaying an email. There could be a delivery package with your address. There could be a boarding pass where you'll be sitting on the table, on the plane. The danger is sometimes not the subject of the photograph, it is the accidental information surrounding the subject. Accidental. It's because we are talking about children, we're not talking about cyber security. How your card, just your card, even your facial, your face, even your email, as little as your email. Normally we say people will put our email on, publicly let people, even as little as your email can compromise your family safety. Yeah. And sometimes even the mirror. You're not those of you that love to snap from the mirror and you'll not be doing, let me look, I don't know if I'm doing there. Those mirror photograph. Have you seen the reflection? What comes to the back? You photograph one direction, but the mirror actually reveals something outside the frame. Okay? 4 corners. Check top left. Check top right. Check your bottom left. Check the bottom right of the photo. Check then. You need to now center the background. Very set, zoom. Zoom in your photo. Zoom in. And where possible, crop the image. I won't say blur the information because there are some apps and software that will actually open even the blurring thing. All of that. Do you understand? So digital safety is often not about complicated technology. Sometimes it is about developing better eyes. Moving on. You see, now this one is called dignity. And children have what we call emotional privacy. In fact, children are stressed. As a teacher, please, parents, if you are here, listen. Your child can be stressed. Your child can be stressed. So don't ask what do they do and why are they stressed. a 6-year-old can have anxiety and depression, but it may just be maybe in few 5 minutes and all of that. I have a toddler, a child, and can be very emotional. Dignity preserved. Do you understand? So I'm saying this, even me too. I'm giving details, but just a child, of course. Um, Children have emotional privacy too, and sometimes you record the child crying and you upload it because that moment is funny. Look at your face. I'm gonna just take it because you're looking like. And sometimes disciplinary conversations become content. I've seen videos like that. I have seen videos like that. Toilet training story becomes jokes online. Children are filmed during hospital treatment because you want support. I understand. And many of these posts come from love, humor, concern, or community, even content, lifestyle content. You see, but the question I want to introduce is, does everybody need access to this moment? And a useful distinction is between family memory and public material. That's the distinction. So some memories belong for you as a family. If your child is distressed, their first need is safety and comfort, not an audience. If your child makes an embarrassing mistake, correcting behavior does not require creating a permanent public record of that mistake. You are calling the whole Nigeria, you are calling the whole Africa to come and see the mistake your child made. As how? Think about power. An adult understands what uploading means, but a 4-year-old does not. That means the responsibility is actually heavier on the person who understands the technology. Before sharing something vulnerable, imagine your child at 16 standing beside you. Would you comfortably show them the post and say, I published this when you were 4? If you feel the need to hide the screen, that tells you something. This is also something we need to tell relatives. A funny family moment is not automatically everyone's content. We can love children loudly without publishing every vulnerable part of their life. No. Now, once children become old enough to understand what posting means, I want us to start involving them. Not because the child should now make every parenting decision, but because digital consent is something children can practice at home. Now, listen. When you remember our first 2 weeks training, the family link, I said open a child email. You can upload all their stuff there, which you still have to be very careful. Their graduation photos, you can save them, the digital files, you can save them there. It doesn't have to be 1 or 2. We have the internet in the online cloud storage. We also have the offline cloud storage, device storage. You could use a flash. You could use what do we call a hard drive? Yes, to store them. If you don't want to store them, maybe on Google Drive or OneNote, store them on your internal devices and keep it safe. By the time they get to 18, Google will just send you a message on your family link that, oh, it's time to remove Sam from your family. Sam is now 18 years. And you remove, they now have a permanent, email, and they can now go back to, and it's now their decision to now say, okay, let me post my 4-year-old when I was 4. I saw it on Google Drive. It's now left for them. So I said, once your child becomes old enough, start involving them. Not because your child should now start making every parenting decision, no, but because digital consent is something children can practice at home, and they've learned from you. Imagine you take a photograph of your 11-year-old instead of immediately uploading it. Show them, I'm thinking about posting this. Are you okay with it? You see, that tiny conversation teaches something powerful. It teaches the child that their image deserves consideration. It teaches them that boundaries can be expressed. And it also teaches them that another person's no should not be treated like an insult. And this has implications beyond social media. You are modeling consent rather. Now, some of you will say, but I am the parent. Yes, you are. You see, parenting authority and respect for a child's dignity are not enemies. You may legally or practically be capable of posting something while still deciding that respecting the child is better. And be careful with how you ask. Do not say, I am posting this today. Oh. That is not really asking. You can try, I like this picture and thought about sharing it with the family group. Do you want me to? And when they say no, avoid. Oh, please, you look beautiful. You're this. You're just being dramatic. Calm down. Calm down. Moving on. Are we learning something today? Good. Okay, so we are climaxing to the end of this discussion, and I've talked about children being needing dignity. Okay, then okay, we've talked about this. Now, let me just say something about this. A private account is F for privacy setting. We've talked about it. We've talked about your children should be old enough to understand when the person should go. Oh, I don't like this. No, 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 don't put this. This is okay, and all of that. Because a sensitive photograph does not become wise simply because your account is locked. Okay? Even if your page is private, someone can still screenshot it and still upload it, online. Okay. Now I want to give you something practical enough to remember after this webinar ends. I call these the PIC test, the PICS test. And I want you to use it especially when you are excited, emotional, or you're proud, because those are the moments most of us will often post without thinking. First, P is for purpose. Why am I sharing this? You could have genuine reasons. Maybe your grandparents live abroad. Maybe you're celebrating achievement. Okay. But sometimes the real answer is validation. I want people to see how beautiful my child is. I want people to see the expensive school and blah, 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 blah. Okay. There's nothing wrong with noticing that motive, but recognizing it helps you make a better decision. Then the next one is called I, information. Okay. Ignore the beauty of the photograph for at least 5 seconds. What data is traveling with it? That should be the question. Then C is consent. In consent, you should ask for a child who understands, involve them. For a very young child who cannot meaningfully understand, you carry more responsibility because they cannot protect their own future preferences. No. Then finally, spread. Spread. Imagine the post escaping its intended audience. Would you still be comfortable when it goes viral? And there's something about virality. Oh yeah. Let's leave that for next time. Put your PICS somewhere you will see for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Maybe on your phone wallpaper, your notepad, your desk, purpose, information, consent, safety. Good. Now we'll stop talking about future behavior and let's start inspecting what already exists. You see, many of us will leave a digital safety training saying, and this one, from today on, Samuel, I will be careful. I will be good. I will stop sharing and all of that. Good. But what about the last 7 years? Tonight, search your child's name. Try the phone name. Try the first name plus a surname. Try the name plus school. Look through images result. Then search your own security, your own social media history. Facebook memories are particularly useful because they reveal things we posted years ago and we forgot about them. Go through old albums. You may find photographs you would never publish today. Maybe your privacy standards have changed. Maybe the child is now older. Maybe you posted a uniform, a birthday, location, or embarrassing child, hood story. You do not need to panic. Clean systematically. Delete what no longer needs to be public. Change visibility where appropriate. And I need you to remove unnecessary captions. Remove location information. And yes, aside from location, do you know that when you snap, like this is a Samsung phone, on the picture there's already a watermark. Sometimes watermarks in photos leave location and the time. Check your photo, your camera. Check the settings. Turn off locations when pictures are being snapped. Remove tag photograph where the platform allows it. Then look beyond your own profile. Grandparents may have photographed. The school may have posted something. A football club may have tagged the child. And if you're a school too, if you're a principal here, head of school, please, your school must have social media policy. I'm giving you this as a free advice as a consultant. The social media policy, every parent must read it. If you're a parent here, you ask your school, do you have a social media policy? Because before you upload my child's picture, we need to know. We need to know. Digital footprint deserves maintenance. Okay? So, create a family posting policy. I just said it. Create a family posting policy. If a child goes to a club, football club, create that also. What we will never post, what requires permission, what location stays private, whether school uniform or appear. This is what we call policy. Create it so that everybody understands in the family. No, we don't do this here. We don't do this here. When someone is coming, maybe the cousins are coming for vacation and they want to do that, your daughter should be able to say, we don't do this here. We don't. Then next is, this is going to be your 7-day parenting reset. You need to search your child online, day one. You need to review old posts. You need to delete risky content. You need to remove identifying details, captions. And you need to start reviewing your privacy settings on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. That you need to speak with relatives and caregivers around your child or children. And you start creating your family posting rule in the house. Everybody must know this. Your child is a person before they are a post. Please write it down. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the comment. My child is a person before they become a post. It's going to be our charge this evening. So write it in the comment section. My child is the person before they become a post, because by the time a child's photo or your post goes viral, the child is no longer a person, no. No longer a person anymore. The child now becomes a post. The child now becomes a cruise. The child now becomes a content. You can celebrate them privately. You can document their childhood. You can keep the memories. Okay? But you ask yourself, do the public need to know about this? I hope with this viewpoint of mine, like we used to do in a debate, I've been able to convince you and I've been able to teach you about share renting. Share renting. Pay renting. My child is a person before they become a post. You can ask the questions now. Whilst we're waiting for questions and feedback, it is an honor to invite again our convener, Mrs. Augusta. So, ma'am, you can come up.
Okay, yeah, our children are not contents. Okay, let me give you an example. There was a story about a Dallas mom who one day got alerted that a stranger had downloaded her daughter's photographs and created a Facebook page where he was claiming the little girl as his own daughter. He was posting her pictures and writing captions as though, he was the father. The mother was horrified. One day she was told that, is this not your child? There's somebody that is always posting, this is my daughter and all that. And she discovered that someone had actually taken her child's identity online. The case was reported as digital kidnapping. Have you heard that before? Digital kidnapping. Now, think about how easily we can unintentionally provide raw materials, in this instance. So first, just like Tom said, first day at school, so goes to school. From goes to church, goes to school, you're posting the child with school uniform, school badge. Number one, school identified. Listen. Number two, my baby turned 7 today, full name, birthday, identity information, another one released. We all are guilty of it. We're not judging anyone. We're saying this is 21st century. It is not where we are coming from. This is the future we are in. The future is now. We need to change our way of parenting, our way of living. We need to get digital. This is digital age. This is 21st century. Parents need to get digital. So, for instance, you also say, our home in our streets, they usually lock our gates by so time, whatever, and all that, all the people around our street. You may mention one, because that's you may just give an example, but the supermarket is always on. You have already exposed your location. Once was off to football, you wear your trainers off to work for so at Dome or wherever. You have reviewed your routine or the child's routine. After dressing them, you can't wait. You just snap, post something, put caption. You're revealing something. And, we're at the beautiful restaurant right now. Come and test. You're advertising for a restaurant that didn't pay you. You're also revealing something. This is a time where we are. These are times. I don't know how to call the times we're in now. A lot of security issues and all of that. We have had situations. I've had a colleague of mine who, in fact, they burgled their house. Why? We traced it back. It was because she announced they were off on summer and all the other. Automatically, everybody knows that nobody's in that house. Why wouldn't they go and burgle the place? Do you understand? So, a photograph also showing a school ID, name tag, medical document or certificate or whatever. You have just put everything about your child online and everything together. Posting every birthday, school events, holiday, daily routines are over several years coming. A digital profile has just been totally built around the child before the child is old enough to understand it. And the kind of digital natives we are raising, they will ask you questions someday. And we don't know where the future is heading with AI. Please don't build their digital footprint unknowingly for them. Allow them to grow up and build it for them. I'm speaking on their behalf. They sent me because I'm their advocate. Okay? So please, that is one of the things we are learning today. And the real lesson tonight is it may take us 10 seconds to post the picture, but we have no idea how long that information may remain useful to the wrong person. Do you understand? So it's not about, are they now saying we shouldn't post children again? The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has just announced and reminded parents that this month, they check school photos for exactly this kind of clues, school uniforms and all of that. We must be able to be doing them, checking them. Some countries that understand these things, in fact, that have been using these things, have seen the dangers and they are warning us. So before we get, had I known, because we're all following sheepishly, blindly, and all of that. Let us understand, what to do, the real things, and do the right things, okay? So before you share, look beyond the photograph. That is exactly what we are trying to say. So yes, this is where the conversation becomes more very serious and more interesting. Someone might download the picture. For what? You should ask. Yeah. And imagine a parent posts a beautiful birthday photograph of a child. In that photograph, the child's full name is visible. A second post shows the school. Another shows the birthday. Then someone somewhere else, the parent innocently shares a photograph of the child's ID or something, or any other document containing, innocently we are giving us some of these information. They are separate posts. To a fraudster, they have become pieces of one identity. And you know what they call identity theft? A child's name, date of birth, address, government or school identification details or something can be potentially used to impersonate a child, create fraudulent accounts, submit application, and build convincing scams against the child. Is that serious? The little we have learned as Nigerians, you can see that people will even use other people's phone number and go and collect loan. And then they will not leave you. Use your BV and go and collect loan. The loan will not be, they'll be debiting your account. Imagine what they can do with your child's identity. Let's stop exposing children unknowingly because of lack of knowledge. But today you are aware, right? Today you are aware. So the frightening part is that child's identity theft can remain invisible for years. Do you understand? Somebody may be answering your child's name with a child's photograph somewhere around the world, somewhere. And the person is doing scams with it because scammers will not use their real identity. Do you understand? So don't be the one providing the identity for scammers to use and perpetrate fraud across the nations of the globe. It may not have been possible, but the world we're living in today has made it possible. Do you understand? So a child may not discover that their identity has been misused, stolen, until they are older and suddenly encounter a financial or administrative problem. Imagine, God forbid, your child approaches an immigration gate and gets arrested and there's nothing you can do about it because it's exactly the identity of whoever they are looking for. Name, birthday, everything. And because they have not seen the fraudster or scammer physically to take, thumbprints and all of that. Your child is the victim. Your child is the scammer. Let's say, God forbid, today I have learned something and I will not be the one that will be exposing my child. So when we post a child's photograph beside their full names, other details, birthday, location, identity document, or whatever, we're not simply sharing memories. We may be assembling what we call identity dossier in public. Do you understand? Don't be the one giving your children identity dossier in public, publishing unknowingly. So the question is no longer, what is wrong with posting my child's picture? The question is, what can someone build from everything I have posted about my child? So that is what Tom is telling us. Let's go do auditing. As the training was going on, I was actually purging my own posts. You understand? So we're all learning together. For instance, you mentioned that full name plus date of birth plus address is equal to complete identity theft. Do you understand? Name of school, the child's name, photograph plus school ID, can make impersonation and social engineering attempts more convincing. Do you understand? You may not be there at that time to start explaining, oh, sorry, this picture, oh, I actually was the one that posted it, when your child is answering to Interpol somewhere, locked up with handcuff, dazed, lost, as in, what is this about? Me, how? And the picture is him and all of that. Date of birth, the same name, everything. Photograph of a passport, an ID, bar-related documents, or other officials exposes information that should be treated as highly sensitive. We need to be very careful. We need to be very, very careful. So even we self as parents. So if we also have our child's photo, our names, family information, we could have also helped the scammer construct a convincing story when contacting the family. Do you understand? Do you understand? We have had cases where we had voice cloning. Scammers can now clone voices and call the children as if they are the father. Come to the door, come to the gate, I want to give you something, God forbid. And they come out, and that's the end, kidnapping. So our multiple posts over the years could create a detailed digital profile, identity, relationships, school routines and locations and interests. And then we are doing this unknowingly. So, and this should be a take home, as he said, okay? A child's photograph alone does not automatically give someone everything needed to commit financial identity theft. Yeah, but when guardians publicly combine the photograph with identifying information and sensitive documents like date of birth, is enough. You know, they can dramatically increase the amount of information available for impersonation, fraud, and social engineering. This is digital times. This is AI world. Anything can happen. I was just sharing with my team members here that there's my last year wedding anniversary. You know, we were walking down midway, we kissed. That did not happen. That never happened though. It was my husband that was trying his hands on AI and did that. So you can imagine what can happen with AI. So before we close, let me leave you with a real story. That story is about a mother who was always sharing his son regularly on social media. Like many parents, like some of us, you know, she simply wanted to celebrate him and stay connected with family and friends. Then she came across a child's privacy campaign that made her stop and look at those photographs differently. She began asking a painful question: who else is looking at these pictures and what can they do with them? Ask yourself that. So as you're looking at the posts you've made in the past, in the recent past, in years past, ask yourself that question: who else is looking at these pictures and what can they do with them? Check your captions. In fact, I don't even want to think. Some of them have fully deleted them. So she eventually removed her son's photos from social media and chose to share his moments more privately. Like Tom gave me an idea today. We can document those pictures in Google Drive, right? We can document those moments. We can document those memories and all of that. So that is the shift we are having tonight. So I want us to make that shift together. Okay, sharing is not about whether we love our children enough to post them. It's about whether we love them enough to pause before we post. Whether we love them enough to give them time to make that decision themselves. Yeah? So before that beautiful photograph goes online, ask yourself, does my child need to be seen by the internet or simply celebrated by the people who love them? Yeah, so let's do this. Let this end tonight, okay? Every Saturday by 10 p.m., check your email. No, by 7 p.m., sorry, check your email. So we will be giving you what we call Safe Screen Guardians newsletter. Our Safe Screen Guardians newsletter goes out every 7 p.m. Trisha, am I right? 7 p.m. every Saturday. So in that, we give you some practical knowledge as well to help us keep learning, questioning, and protecting our children that God has entrusted in our hands. So if you don't receive this email, it's free newsletters. If you don't receive them, you can chat us on the you can private chat any of the admin on the Safe Screen Guardian space. They will give you the form to fill so you can start getting these emails. Okay, so next Saturday, we'll get that email ahead of Sunday, so you get prepared. Sunday will be a very huge, interesting session. Yeah, what our children are learning from the adults around them. What are they learning? What are they learning? And we would expose a whole lot of things we are doing innocently without you knowing that you're contributing to a digital behavior that may harm. So thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for caring enough to learn. Thank you for being here and caring enough to say, I want to be the trainer that will train others. So we have challenged you. Let's see who will bring your neighbors and friends. Let's see who will bring up to 5 people alone come next Sunday, because this knowledge we are sharing, this knowledge we are getting, if we do all we can do and what all we have done, and all the people around us still are not digitally sound, they are not digital at all, we wouldn't have done good work, because at the end of the day, what they will do will stay corrupt the ones we have trained. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next Sunday by 5 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Someone
Sam?
actually asked, please, if I want to remove all my children pictures online permanently, what are the steps to take?
Okay, so like I did now, Sam, I just had Trisha save them for me so that I can move them to Google Drive. Yeah, I have actually saved some already and then deleted them permanently. Okay, does that answer your question?
Esther, just start doing that now that you've not gone viral. The ones that are not really good, you don't have to remove everything if you want to, but it's your decision. Okay, that save them.
The ones that show them so much, like there was one I left. That one didn't really show face. It was sideways, like, kind of. So I was like, okay, I can leave this one, because it wasn't actually about the child. It was about, we're talking about something around parenting. So you may not even know the child that is there, so to say. You get? So thank you. That's the kind of feeling we want you to have, okay? Challenge yourself. Get digital. Get the knowledge. Share the knowledge. Thank you. Thank you, Don. Thank you.
Studio, please take over. Thank you.
All right.
Together, we're equipping adults to guide, protect, and empower the next generation in today's digital world. Welcome aboard.
The Duke's Infant and Child Foundation, advocating.
You will discover that our children are growing in a world that is far more complex than the one we knew. Get rich quick pressure, identity confusion, digital overload, ritual tendencies, broken values, and even drug abuse. Too many children are growing up without the right tools to survive the 21st century. We can't fix the future by shouting children of nowadays. The painful truth is, adults missed it along the way. Parents, guardians, systems, communities. But this is not a time to blame. It's a time to fix it together. You fix the future by training the people who train the children. I'm talking about parents, guardians, caregiver, teachers, community leaders, and even mentors. And that is why Train the Trainers Summit exists. An intervention whose time is now. We are raising children with values, emotional intelligence, purpose, and of course, resilience. This is real nation building. This is how we secure the next generation. Join the movement, support the cause. Train the Trainers Summit is an amazing initiative, and of course, it has come to stay. But this is not a job of one person or an organization alone. It's a job for all of us. We are calling for support from everyone, government, individuals, everyone. Let us come together and build a better future. For support and donations, you can visit our website at www.tdicfoundation.org. Support us today and let's build a future together. Every child is your child.